Hello and welcome. This is the Marx, and I want to make a little guide for Skyrim, how to get a good, strong, solid character in the early game, and without using cheats or console commands or major glitches like the Dawnguard chest trick, where you could reset the chest all the time and steal all the stuff. Okay, so I'm going to make a new character. I'm starting to save, and I play this playthrough. I min-max a lot, so I want to take a Breton because they start with 25% magic resistance, and this is very strong because like on legendary difficulty, and this is legendary difficulty by the way, you get killed very quickly by mages and dragons, and having high magic resistance, especially in the beginning, is a key component. So we are creating my character. I fast forward this part, and also we go through the beginning of the game. Also I fast forward this part because it's not really important. So here we are after the beginning. I make sure to favorite the important stuff I need, which is like dragon skin. This is my 50% more magicka resistance. This is my class skill and healing as well. And I want to play this guy with two-handed weapons and heavy armor, but you can go for whatever you want. You could also go for a shield, one hand, or conjurer, or destruction mage, but you have to change some skills, and it's not exactly like I do in this playthrough, because yeah, I go for two-handed, like I said. So I will fast forward the fighting as well now. Okay, here's another little piece of advice. To be able to fight more efficient, you can conjure a familiar, and he is tanking for you a little bit, so you don't take all the hits, because in the early game and in general, enemies hit very hard if you don't have a high armor class. And so I just summon a familiar, and he tanks the guy behind, like you can see here. So I can just hack my way through. Okay, I've got the first level up here, and I go straight for health. I will only up health. And my first perk will be heavy armor, because when you use the Ordinator perk, you get XP, armor XP for when you are inside of a combat and wearing full heavy armor. So when you play a light armor build, then the same goes for light armor. I kill the Stormguard here, even though he's a friend, but he has a two-handed weapon and I want to play two-hand, so I want his two-handed mace to skill it right away as soon as possible. So I take the Warhammer here. Yeah, again I will skip some combat till the next important thing happens. Okay, I get the level up here, and just to show you my next perk I take. Just fighting off these Stormcloaks here. Like you can see, it's good to have people who tank for you in the beginning, because you're pretty squishy, because on legendary they deal a lot of damage. I always take all the stuff except for the chest armor, because chest armor is too heavy. And yeah, my next point will be again health, and then I go for not lockpicking, pickpocket. And because you can carry more stuff, for the first point you can carry 50 more, and for the second point 50 again, so 100 after all, which is pretty nice. Yeah, here you can see the benefit of using two-handed weapons is a pretty long range. So you can like go backwards and hit at the same time, and sometimes hit enemies before they are able to hit you. The first time here it didn't work, so I have to heal up. But yeah, normally those spider, like you could see, he hit me once and I'm almost dead, so you have to be careful. But like you will see now, I just go backwards and hit, and yeah, because of my long range of the two-handed weapon, it's possible to hit the spider and he cannot hit me. This is why I went for two-handed weapons in this playthrough. Okay, I left Helgen here, and my first stop will be the stone, where I get the warrior perk. But I won't keep it for too long, but just before I reach the next milestone, I want to keep this because I will level up my heavy armor and my weapon skill faster. Yeah, here there are the stones. There are 3 different kinds. If you play a warrior class like me, you take the warrior stone. There are also a thief stone and a mage stone, depending on what you want to play. You can choose what you want. Okay, when you reach Riverwood, or River 1, whatever, you go to the merchant and hope that the elf guy is inside, because you need him as your companion in the beginning. So you just click through his dialogue and do his quest. And yeah, Camilla is right next to him, so it's very short. And then he will follow you as your companion. And also what I do is, because I want him to go melee, because he should tank for me, I want to take all his bows and arrows and give him a melee weapon. So he is forced to go in fight and not stay behind me and throwing and shooting with his bow. This is what I don't want. Okay, then I go out and steal those steel ingots and also the iron ones to craft a better two-handed weapon for myself. Yeah, but yeah, this is nothing you have to do, but it's convenient to have a better weapon in the beginning. And yeah, after that I will go to Whiterun, so this is where the quest is going, so I skip till I'm there. Yeah, okay, I got a level up on the way. So you can see I take health again, and now I take 1 point of smithing, because in Whiterun I want to craft a new axe. Okay, reach Whiterun here, so I go immediately to smithing. Go for steel. I said axe, but not axe. I want to go for swords, because I like swords more. They attack fast and they have good perks. So yeah, I'm searching a little bit around, because yeah, I'm using the immersive armors and immersive weapons mod, and I wanted to check if there's anything else which is good for me, but I will go for this sword. I just need to buy a little leather straps, a few, and then I can craft it. Okay, I left right one, and I show you the location where I want to go next. So this is our next stop. It's on the right side of Mortal, and you can see it's like inside the mountains, about where the marker is now. So you just run straight there and try to skip fights you cannot win, but do all fights you can win. So don't go too risky. I mean, if there is like 2 saber-tooths or something, don't attack them. Okay, here's our destination. This is the Lord's Stone, and this is what you want to get. So you can see on the map it's exactly here. It was near my marker. So there is Morsal and there is the Lord's Stone. And what it gives you is it gives you 25% magic resistance and 50 plus armor. And so now we have, like you can see, magic resistance from our Breton class and as well from the Lord's Stone. So we have 50% magic resistance, which is very nice, especially in the early game. By the way, I leveled up on the way here and I put my first point inside two-handed weapons. And I go back to Whiterun and show you the next step. Yeah, I will just sell some stuff here. Okay, after selling, the next location is right here. I can show you. It's around where the river is and does a bend. You can see a little castle on the map. And yeah, you go from Whiterun, just like you see in the video. I will fast forward the way. Alright, that's the first little checkpoint, you can say, Lost Knife Hideout. And from there on, like you can see on the map, you can go up the mountain. Yeah, right here is a troll coming. I tried to fight him, but I don't deal enough damage, and so you can just skip him. It doesn't really matter. You can just run to the city, and he will eventually use tracks. So you don't really have to fight him. I mean, I was too weak. So after reaching the city here on top, you just have to go along the river and to this spot I showed you. I'll just go back to Whiterun to sell all this stuff and then come back. Okay, so we reached the next destination, which is right here on the map. And yeah, you have to talk to this guy, and he will give you a quest where you have to recover his fortress, because there are bandits inside, and you have to kill those bandits to get a specific item we want from him. And this is a very hard dungeon, so you probably will die a couple of times, but make sure to use your companion as a tank, and try to make it a little bit cheap. Inside of this dungeon also is a trap, which you can use for killing the bandits as well. So play it smart, and you should be able to kill everyone here quite easily. Not quite easily, it's pretty hard, but it works. So I skipped the dungeon part right to the end of the quest. Okay, after we killed them all, you go to the guy who gave you the quest, and you say this fort is yours, and he will give you a reward. And this reward is the Tome of Detect Life, which you will learn. And this is your way to get your alteration skill up. You can buy it, but you need to have 50 alteration already to buy it in the mage skill. So this is the way you can get it regardless of your level of alteration. So after that we go back to right run. Okay, first I'm going to sell all the stuff I just looted in the bandits fort. And yeah, after that I try to get a weapon which has stamina damage on it. So you can reset inventories of merchants by just hitting them. So I will check her out if she has a item with stamina damage on it, and check her inventory. And check for stamina damage. I want a cheap item with stamina damage. So a iron dagger or something. Then you quick save, hit her if she doesn't have it, and you reset her inventory. You could also wait for like 48 hours and go in a distant place to make her reset it if you don't want to cheese it like that. But this is the quickest way to do. So yeah.
Out with it. Blades, helmets, pretty much.
Okay, after a few tries, here I go. 500 gold for a stamina damage weapon. And the reason why I want it is in the early game, stamina damage is the most valuable for enchanting by yourself. So you farm weapons, you enchant them with stamina damage, and you sell them, and you can make the most money. Later in the game, when you can get Banish and Paralyze, these are the most valuable. So you should, when you're higher level, you can go for Banish and Paralyze if you have Twin Enchanted and enchant these. But in the early game, stamina damage is the best. So I'm going to Dragon's Reach, and I will disenchant this weapon. Yeah, I'm going to steal those soul gems as well, because we will need a lot of soul gems. And there's a trick: you can steal them by just dragging them into a room where no one sees you and steal them there. Yeah, I need to get rid of this, by the way. Okay, you go to the enchanter, disenchant the stuff. I found some other magic items. I always keep all magic items to enchant them. This skills you, and as well you just have the enchants. So you can do the same trick with Farengar. First you need a specific skill book, and it's this one here. Soul Cloak. This is very important for this playthrough. You will see later in the game. And I will learn it. And I cannot use it yet because it has it costs 116 magicka and I only have 100. But you can use it later. After that, I will buy petty soul gems from Farengar. A couple of them, like 20 or 30. Okay, after you've got a little stock, your next location is around this area here, right up to Whiterun. So I head there now. Okay, after killing the enemies, you can get a you can start harvesting the iron ore veins, because we need all the iron ore we can get later. Yeah, this room is a hard room to fight inside. Yeah, here you have as well to use your companion and yeah, try to kill them without much trouble. I mean, it's not an easy fight, but you can also skip them and get the book right away. But yeah, I just kill him. I fast forward till I get the book. Okay, my companion died in this fight, but it's no problem, I don't need him anymore. You go to this table here, and you need this book here. This is a spell tome, transmute mineral ore. And what it does is it transmutes a piece of unrefined iron to silver and silver to gold. So you can make 1 iron to 1 gold. It just takes a little time to craft it. So I take as well all the iron I can get, and after I'm done here, I go back to Whiterun. Okay, back in Whiterun, now it's time to get your alteration up to 100. So I go up to this position here, because you have most people around you, like behind you and in front of you. Get to your alteration. Take your detect life and start detecting life. And when you run out of mana, you wait for an hour. Just press T and enter. So you repeat it until you level up. And the best thing is, like, you want to detect as many people as possible. So you best do it like in daytime, in a sunny day, so most people are outside. So you can detect them. So you see we have our first perk. So we get, again, of course, always health. So we get the first point in alteration, and the next one, which is important, is 30. Okay, we leveled up, so got our perk. Again, health. And then you take this one here. Venture Magic. This is like you have 20 spells in a day. And they don't cost any mana. But you can only cast 20 times a day. So this is when you play a melee character who doesn't really cast a lot. This is perfect. So now you wait till daytime and till a sunny day, so most people are outside. So I just, because it's raining, I'm using a immersive citizen mod, so citizens don't stand outside in rain. They go and take shelter, so wait for a sunny day if you use the same mod. So you have most people outside. So you can detect all of them and level it faster. So now we don't use any mana for our skills, so I can just spam this skill. So take something heavy on your mouse or tape down your mouse buttons, and yeah, just let the skill by himself. So you can take a shower or make dinner or something, and it will go up to 100 in about 10 minutes. Okay, we reached 100 alteration. Now I go to my level ups and dump every point into a health. I show you later why you don't need stamina or magicka. Magicka must be clear by now because you don't use magicka. You have 20 spells and don't need magicka. So first thing I take is alter self resistances. So you can choose 2 resistances to increase by 25%. I always go for fire and frost because this is what you come by most. Dragons use fire and frost, Dorgers use fire. Here you use health, you get 50 points of health. Just like that. Then I go to wild shrines. This is, I don't really care for that, but this is on my way to the next one I really want. And this is Warlock's Dormant Arcana. So you can choose a spell. I use Cloak, and whenever a cloak is, whenever you have a cloak on you, you can get 3 improvements. I always take 1% health regeneration per second. It's right here. And you can, I take 10% attack damage. And you can take magic resistance if you want, but I'm fine with my 50%. So I go for 50 max health. And the magic, health regeneration is superb because it's also in combat. It's not lowered in combat. Then I go up the tree to Quadric Wizard, Dungeon Master, and the last perk as well, Arcane Thesis. So my key is I want my soul cloak always to be up, so I benefit from this. So because my soul cloak needs to be dual casted, I go for dual casting on Conjuring, and as well Conjuring Mastery on 2 because I want it to last long, so I don't have to recast it all the time. So you can see I'm going to cast soul cloak now. I'm going to dual cast it. Yeah, I'm showing you the Arcane Thesis once more. So I'm dual casting it without anything now. Am I stupid? What am I doing? Oh, okay. I'm equipping the Arcane Thesis power. But I'm not using it yet. So I just want to show you first how long it is up without anything. So it's up for 10 minutes, which is already pretty long. So you have the buff for 10 minutes. Now I master the spell with the Arcane Thesis perk. Now it's up for 15 minutes, which is even better. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of my minus 25% melee damage real quick here and take a shrine. It cures me from all diseases. So I'm going to rent a room now, because you have to refill your casts in a bed. And you can choose a buff now. You can go on focused, so all you cast are stronger and last longer. So when you now cast your Soul Cloak, it lasts for 23 minutes. This is enough for every dungeon in the game. So you can just cast it and have your buff for 23 minutes up, which is insanely nice. So here you can see the buff itself. I get 10% attack damage. I get 50 more health. Yeah, this is the magic thing. I have 15 spells. And I get 1% of your maximum health per second. This is the reason why I dump all points in health. Because the more health you have, the more regeneration you have. Okay, the next thing is I need to get as many iron ores as possible. So we go to the smith and use the same trick we used before with resetting her inventory. So we buy all iron ores, we hit her, reset her inventory, buy all iron ores again, until we have no money anymore. The thing also is I want a weapon with stamina absorption. So in the same time I'm going to check her weapons if she has a weapon with stamina absorption.
Don't forget to check in. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything. Alright. Take a look. The finest weapons armor. Alright then. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything. I'll take money then. That's about the finest weapons armor. The finest weapons armor. I'll take money then. Take a look. That's about the
Or deal some
So
damage.
finally I found the weapon I wanted. So I will buy it and then dump all the rest of my gold inside of iron ores. So I want to I have 1,400 gold and I want to lose it all for iron ores. So I continue.
You're asking for trouble walking around. You're asking for trouble.
Blades, helmets, bring chickens. Alright then. Blades, helmets, bring chickens. Alright then. Take a look. Good doing this. Take a look. Until next time.
So after a while I'm done. I have no money anymore, just 1 gold, and I have 348 iron ores.
You're asking for trouble.
So I take all these iron ores to the to my bed. Okay, I reach my bed, so I sleep, and I take Broad, so I have more casts for this specific thing. I take my transmute skill we picked up recently, and going to transmute all the iron ores into gold ores. So this will take a while as well. Okay, I'm done transmuting all the iron, so you can see I now have 349 gold. So I take this gold back to the forge. Okay, here we are. All the gold ore needs to be smelted, so just smelt it. And after smelting, you will craft jewelry, so necklaces, and put every gold ore into necklaces. So after that, we made a lot of progress in our smithing skill, and as well we made profit because a necklace is more worth than one iron ore, which was our first component. So yeah, take your smithing perks. I go for heavy armor, that's why I take Dwarven, and this one is an important one. You can pimp your grindstone. So I now go to the merchant and sell all the necklaces. By the way, I'm using a mod as well where the merchants have more gold, because I think it's not immersive for merchants just having 750 gold. They're poor as hell, so and it's just more convenient that they have more gold, so you can sell it easier. You don't have to reset them as much. So you can see I have 7,000 gold now, and I will repeat the whole process. I will go with my 7,000 gold to the smith, do the iron ore thing again. Then I will transmute all the iron ores again into gold and go to the process with forging necklaces. So fast forward for that. Okay, here I am after I spent all my gold into iron ores. Well, I have 1,189. Now I need to transmute them all. Okay, here I am after transmutation. Took a while, like you can imagine. I have 1,190, and now I need to go to the forge and craft necklaces again. Okay, we put some perks again, everything in health. I am at 93 now, this is enough for me. I will not go for it again. I specialize on two-handed weapons. You don't have to specialize on armor, because you can get the armor cap with any kind of armor without specialization. So I take more perks for Orcish, but I want the Ebony. I will take yeah, you can also take Daedric, but you need a Daedric hearts for it, and you cannot come by them that early. I mean, you can get a couple of them, but I don't want to make my endgame gear yet. I just make a gear which I can use right now. So I'm putting some points in some other stuff. Yeah, but what I want to do now is I go to the merchant, sell all the necklaces, and I want to buy a item which has 200 weapon fortified on it. So I will reset him as long till I have my 200 weapon fortified item. So this can take, it's completely random, it can take long time or it can go really quick.
Somebody call this junk, me, I call them treasures. You don't get somebody call this junk, me, I call them treasures. Remember, you just trinkets, odds, ends, that sort of thing. Welcome, take a look. Alright. Trinkets, odds, ends, that sort of thing.
Take a look.
Okay guys, this really took an eternity till I got it, but finally here it is. You want something like this. So buy it off, and yeah, you need to disenchant, and later you can put it on your gear and improve your 200 weapon damage even more. So now it's time to craft the gear. Okay, I'm back at the forge and I will check out what material I need. I will write it down on a little paper so I know exactly what I need to buy. Okay, so I need 23 ebony ignits and 12 leather stripes. So I do the same refreshing trick with her as well, till I get all my ebony and go to smithing after that.
Blades, helmets, pretty much. Alright then. Yes, will you protect yourself or deal some damage? Alright then.
Okay, after I got all my materials, it's time to craft my armor. So you could go for a Daedric sword, but it's wasted now because you have not high enchanting skill. So if you want to do a really good armor later in the game, you need enchanted 100, and you can go really high. So I really go for this is like a mid-game armor I'm crafting. So I will wear it all, and then I have to improve it all. I bought a Ring of Major Smithing at the merchant before as well, so I will wear it for improving my armor a little bit better. But first I need to get a Blacksmith Potion, and it depends on your level what kind of Blacksmith Potion you can get. If you are level 30 plus, you can get the best one, which is the Elixir of Blacksmith Elixir. But if you are below, you need to get the best you can get, and in my level it's the Blacksmith Filter. So I will aim for that.
Take a look.
Okay, this didn't took too long, so here it is. It increases my improving of armor and weapons by 40%. So I take this one, go back to the forge, and improve all my gear while having while drinking this potion. Okay, here we go. First because I have this one ring here, later you can forge four items with mages missing, but now this will be enough. And I drink my potion, and I'm going to improve all my gear. So it goes to legendary, which is really nice. And as well, my weapon, focused on 200 weapons. You see, damage is 41. Improved is double damage, so pretty nice.
Again, I thought, will you protect yourself or deal some damage?
Okay, right now I need a grand soul gem. I don't have enough money to buy 4 of them and get my whole gear with 200 damage, 200 weapons damage. So I first go for the weapon itself. The reason why we don't need stamina comes now. You enchant your great sword with absorb stamina and put the slide on the left side. You just need to absorb 1 stamina. So the thing is, you can do power attacks when you have at least 1 stamina. So when you hit an enemy, you can do a power attack all the time, because you always absorb 1 stamina. This is the trick. Now I will fill up my inventory with soul gems. I do the same old trick, and yeah, prepare for my first dungeon. So I'm going to buy all the soul gems I can get from him, like petty soul gems, lesser and common, not the greater and grand, because they're too expensive right now. And yeah, see you then. Okay, I filled up on soul gems. Yeah, now I will go to the first dungeon. And the thing you have to do now is only get your enchanting skill up. So for that you have to kill enemies which are not humans and which give you soul gems, like Draugr, animals, everything except for humans. For humans you need black soul gems. And when you have it, you always loot weapons, nothing else, only weapons. And when you farm the souls, you go back to the to an enchanting table and enchant your weapons with stamina damage, and for skill and for profit, because stamina damage gives you good money, and you can buff up your enchantment. I will fast forward the first dungeon a little bit so you can see how the build works.
new hand touches the beacon.
Yeah, I make the end boss of the dungeon in normal speed, so you can see it a little bit better.
Into my temple.
So you can see I can always power attack. I go normal swing, power attack. Because I always absorb 1 stamina.
Return
So he cannot really block my hits because I always power attack him. This is the reason why you don't need really stamina. There are some power some skills. They're depending on your power attack, how much you how much stamina you have. And or for running you need stamina, but I don't really mind. So you can see as well my health regenerating in combat. It can get a lot faster when you have good enchanting later, and enchant it's a legendary, just showing you, and enchant has regeneration as well. So my sword is still pretty weak because I don't have two-handed damage, which I will get now in the city because now I will have enough money for it. And I will as well show you the fight against the dragon, and then I will end the video.
Here he comes again.
Here he comes. Find cover and make every
Okay, here we are for the first dragon fight. Yeah, I have now 4 items with two-handed weapon damage. My weapon has now around 160 damage. And yeah, I am level 28 now. So this is the first dragon fight with level 28. You can see I can go right inside his face. And his melee attacks are pretty strong for me still because I don't have cap. But you see his fire isn't that strong for me. And I don't have any magic resistance enchanted on my gear. This is only the magic resistance because which I get from being a Breton and having the Lordstone. So you can see, normally this Dragon Breath kills you in 1 second when you first time get here on legendary difficulty. And when I get too much damage, like you can see here, you still can heal yourself. I mean, you can heal yourself as long as you want because you don't take any mana for it. But you take up 1 more spell you have for 1 day. So you can see the dragon is dropping really quick as well. Because I now have my sword pinned with the two-handed fortify on my gear. And this is just temporary gear. This is not my endgame gear because I need 100 enchanting to really craft my endgame gear. Yeah, so that's it basically. This took me like 4 or 5 hours in real time. All the most time you take for is like for the smithing stuff. Yeah, but this is like the earliest time you can get. There are some other tricks you can do with smithing. And if you really don't feel like going through the process of resetting the merchants all the time for this stuff, you can still use the console, but I don't like to use the console because that's cheating. Okay, yeah, I wanted to show you a finished endgame character of mine where I also use this style. Okay, this is my Khajiit. I play him unarmed only. And like you can see, I went the same route on my alteration tree. This is like, I use this alteration tree for every character I play. So this is like the base for every character for me. Enchanting is already legendary, so I went through it one time. The same with smithing. Since I went unarmed, I went full for light armor because in the light armor tree there's an unarmed tree as well. And yeah, I'm playing quite the same, but I don't use Soul Cloak. I use Frost Cloak. You can switch Soul Cloak with Frost Cloak later in the game because it's more efficient. And here you can see my gear. Yeah, I have three kind of boots, each with another resistance. So I swap them. If I go against a hard enemy which breathes fire, I go for fire resistance, and so on and so on. On helmet you cannot really put a good stuff, and you can have one item with 3 stats with the Mastery of Enchantment. This is my ring, because it has unarmed damage as well on it. And you can see my active effects. I have a lot of health regeneration with him. I also enchanted all parts where it was possible to get health regeneration with health regeneration. So you can see later in fight how insane health regeneration is with the 1 health per second, and as well health regeneration. So I don't really need to heal manually anymore. So I'm going for a giant's outpost here. So I fight against some giants and mammoths. You guys should know that they are pretty strong. I don't have a high level 2-handed weapon, guys. I would, or else I would have shown you the one-armed, the 2-handed weapon guy. So you can see I use Frost Cloak for my cloak spell, not Soul Cloak. It doesn't matter which cloak you use, you need to use a cloak spell. So Frost Cloak decreases the stamina of the enemies, damages them, and if they have less stamina, they deal less damage against me because of a light armor perk I have. So you can see I really destroy them. And look at my health at the regeneration. I'm not invincible, so you can see I take damage, but my health regenerates so fast. As well, with this character I went on stamina, because I don't have a weapon where I can get absorption on it. So that's why my stamina regeneration is also super fast. And this character as well is also no sheets, no consoles, nothing. So I made him like I showed you in the video before. Just I play this guy unarmed. Okay guys, sorry for the very long video, but yeah, I wanted to make it yeah, to make people understand everything. So thanks for watching. Have a good day and bye bye.